Every year, thousands of seniors miss their flights, not because of traffic, not because of weather, because of mistakes made hours, sometimes days, before they ever left the house. A forgotten medication that can't be replaced at the destination. A printout left on the kitchen counter. A suitcase packed so heavy that the airline charges a $75 fee at the counter and forces a humiliating public repacking in the middle of the terminal. A CPAP machine that clears security just fine, but the water inside it doesn't. These are not rare situations. They are the most common pre-travel errors that senior travelers make. And the people who've made them all say the same thing. Nobody warned them. This video is the warning. 9 mistakes. All of them avoidable. All of them learned the hard way by real travelers who wish someone had told them before they left home. Mistake number 9. Not requesting wheelchair or mobility assistance in advance. The assumption that costs you everything. Gate C-47. Here is something most people don't realize until they're standing in the world's longest airport terminal with aching knees and a gate that is somehow always at the absolute farthest end of the building. Airports are enormous. The average distance between the security checkpoint and a departure gate in a major hub airport is over half a mile. In airports like Dallas/Fort Worth, Chicago O'Hare, or Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, that walk, with carry-on luggage, time pressure, and tired legs, can be genuinely dangerous. Wheelchair and mobility assistance at airports is free. It is available from every major airline, and it must be requested in advance, ideally at the time of booking, and confirmed again at least 48 hours before departure. The mistake seniors make is waiting until they arrive at the airport and hoping someone will notice they need help. That is not how the system works. Airlines allocate mobility assistance resources based on advance requests. Walk-up. Requests frequently result in long waits, sometimes 30 to 45 minutes standing at the counter, which defeats the entire purpose. How to request it? Call the airline directly after booking or use the Special Assistance section during online check-in. Request it for departure, connection, and return flights simultaneously. Confirm it 48 hours out with a second call. You do not need to be wheelchair-bound to qualify. Difficulty walking long distances, joint pain, balance issues, or recent surgery all justify the request. Use this service. That is exactly what it exists for. Mistake number 8. Packing medications. Without a verified, accessible system. The one mistake with the highest consequences. This is the mistake with the most serious potential outcomes, and it is shockingly common. Seniors traveling with multiple medications, which describes the majority of travelers over 65, frequently pack their prescriptions in checked luggage. This is one of the most dangerous travel decisions a person can make. Checked baggage gets lost, delayed, or misdirected at a rate that airlines dramatically underreport. If your heart medication, blood pressure prescription, or insulin is in that checked bag. When it lands in the wrong city, you are now in a medical situation in an unfamiliar location. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. All medications go in carry-on luggage, every single one, always. But the mistake goes deeper than just location. It includes not having enough supply. Bring at least 3 to 5 extra days of every medication beyond your planned trip length. Flights get cancelled. Trips get extended. Pharmacies at your destination may not carry your specific formulation. No documentation. Keep a printed list, not just on your phone, of every medication, the dosage, the prescribing physician's name and phone number, and the generic name of the drug. Many brand name medications have different names internationally, and an emergency room physician needs that information immediately. Improper storage. Insulin and certain other medications require temperature-controlled storage. A medication left in a hot checked bag or in a car trunk in summer heat may be chemically degraded before you ever open the bottle. Sort your medications into a clearly labeled, easy-access pouch in your carry-on before you leave home. This is not optional preparation. This is the single most important thing on this list. Mistake number 7. Ignoring TSA pre-check or global entry. Paying with time and stress for a problem that has a $78 solution standard. TSA security lines at major airports during peak travel periods can run 45 minutes to over an hour. During that hour, you are standing. You are shuffling forward in small increments. You are lifting carry-on bags onto conveyor belts, removing shoes, unpacking laptops, and navigating a process designed for throughput, not comfort. TS. A pre-check eliminates most of that. With pre-check, you keep your shoes on. You keep your laptop in the bag. You keep your light jacket on. You use a dedicated lane that typically moves in under 10 minutes. The application costs $78 for 5 years, less than $16 a year, and the approval process involves a brief in-person appointment that takes about 10 minutes at an enrollment center. Global entry at $100 for 5 years includes TSA pre-check and also expedites U.S. Customs re-entry for international travelers. The mistake seniors make is assuming these programs are complicated, technology-heavy, or designed for frequent business travelers. They are not. They are designed for exactly the kind of traveler who wants the airport experience to be simpler, less physical, and less stressful. If you fly even once a year, the math is overwhelming. The time and physical strain saved in a single trip justifies the entire 5-year cost. Apply at least 60 days before your travel date to ensure your known traveler number arrives in time to be added to your book's reservation. Mistake number 6. Printing nothing. What happens when your phone dies at the gate? The travel industry has spent a decade telling everyone to go paperless. Digital boarding passes, e-tickets, mobile check-in, and for most situations, digital works perfectly well. Until it doesn't. A phone battery that hits zero in the security line, an airline app that crashes during boarding, a screen that won't scan because of a cracked display or low brightness in direct sunlight, a roaming data issue at an international airport that prevents the app from loading at all. Every one of these scenarios, and they happen every single day in airports around the world, is resolved instantly if you have a printed boarding pass in your bag. The pre-airport mistake is leaving home without printing anything. Before every flight, print your boarding pass, your hotel confirmation with address and phone number, your car rental confirmation, your travel insurance policy number, and the 24 hours, emergency contact line, and your medication list. Put all of it in a single folder or envelope in your carry-on. This takes 7 minutes at home and eliminates an entire category of travel emergencies. The senior travelers who've been stranded at foreign airports at midnight with a dead phone all give the same advice. Print the paper. Paper never runs out of battery. Mistake number 5. Leaving too little time before the flight. The clock math that most seniors get wrong. Here is the calculation most people use. My flight is at 2 p.m. The airport is 40 minutes away. I'll leave at noon. That gives me over an hour. Here is the calculation they should use. Drive to airport. 40 minutes plus 15 minutes buffer for traffic equals 55 minutes. Parking, shuttle to terminal, 20 minutes. Check-in and bag drop, even with no line, 15 minutes. Security, even with TSA. Pre-check, 15 minutes. Walk to gate in a mid-size airport, 10 to 15 minutes. Time to sit, use the restroom, get water, breathe, 20 minutes. Total 2 hours and 20 minutes minimum for a domestic flight. For international, add at least another 60 to 90 minutes for customs and extended security queues. The reason seniors disproportionately fall victim to this mistake is that many of their travel reference points are from decades ago, when airports were smaller, security was faster, and terminals were navigable in minutes. Modern major airports are fundamentally different environments. The TSA security process alone has added 30 to 45 minutes to average processing times compared to pre-2001 air travel. The rule for domestic flights: arrive 2.5 hours early. For international, arrive 3.5 hours early. If that feels excessive, use the extra time to eat a real meal, sit in a comfortable seat, and arrive at your gate without stress. That is not wasted time. That is purchased peace of mind. Have you ever cut it too close at an airport? Tell us what happened in the comments. Your experience might help someone watching this right now. Mistake number 4. Not confirming flight details 24 hours out. The notification you didn't know you needed to check. Airlines change flights. Gates change. Departure times shift by 30 minutes. sometimes forward, sometimes back. Flights get cancelled and automatically rebooked on different itineraries. These changes happen constantly, and the airline considers their obligation fulfilled the moment they send an email or push notification. The pre-airport mistake is not checking that email or not having set up the notification in the first place. 24 hours before every flight, do the following. Log into the airline's website or app and confirm your flight is operating as scheduled. Confirm the departure terminal and gate have not changed. Confirm your seat assignment is still intact. Confirm your special assistance request is noted on the reservation if you made one. If you don't use the airline's app, call the airline's customer service line and ask a representative to confirm all of the above. This call takes less than 5 minutes and has saved countless travelers from arriving at the wrong terminal, sitting at the wrong gate, or showing up at the original departure time for a flight that was moved 2 hours earlier. One more thing, make sure the airline has your current mobile number and email address on file. If they can't reach you, the rebooked flight confirmation sits in an inbox you haven't checked, and you find out about the cancellation when you arrive at the airport. Mistake number 3, packing a bag they can't physically manage. The weight and size problem nobody talks about until it's too late. The overhead bin on a commercial aircraft is approximately 45 inches off the floor. Lifting a carry-on bag, even a moderately packed one, from floor level to that height requires a clean, controlled overhead lift that many travelers over 60 find difficult, painful, or impossible, particularly after a long drive to the airport. The pre-airport mistake is not testing the bag before leaving home. Before you pack your final bag, do this. Pack it completely as you intend to travel. Then lift it from the floor to an overhead position. A shelf, the top of a door frame, something at approximately shoulder to overhead height. If that lift is difficult, uncomfortable, or requires help, the bag is either too heavy or the wrong bag. Checked bag fees are real, typically $35 to $45 per bag per direction on major US carriers. But a $90 round-trip baggage fee is considerably less expensive and far less dangerous than a rotator cuff injury or a fall in a crowded aircraft aisle. Practical solutions. Use a 4-wheel spinner carry-on rather than a 2-wheel roller. They require no tilting and roll with one finger of pressure. Invest in packing cubes to compress and organize. Ship non-essential items ahead using luggage shipping services like Luggage Forward or Ship Sticks. If you're traveling with specialty equipment like golf, clubs, or medical devices. And critically, if someone at home has to help you lift the bag, you need to check that bag, period. Mistake number 2. Not disclosing one medical devices at security. The CPAP, pacemaker, and insulin pump problem. This is the mistake that causes the most preventable delays, the most avoidable stress, and occasionally real safety concerns. And it stems entirely from not knowing the rules in advance. Medical devices carried through airport security have specific, documented TSA protocols that most travelers are never told about. CPAP and BiPAP machines must be removed from the carry-on bag and placed in a separate bin for X-ray screening. The water reservoir must be empty. Distilled water in the reservoir will be flagged and confiscated. Carry an empty reservoir and fill it at your destination. Insulin pumps and continuous glucose monitors can be worn through the body scanner, but you have the right to request a pat-down instead if you prefer not to put your device through the scanner. Inform the TSA officer before you begin the screening process. Pacemakers and implanted defibrillators. Alert the TSA officer before entering the scanner. You may be directed to alternative screening. Carry your device identification card from your cardiologist. It documents the device type, implant date, and manufacturer, and can expedite the screening conversation significantly. Traveling internationally with injectable medications, including insulin, carry the original pharmacy-labeled packaging and a letter from your physician. Many countries have strict regulations about undocumented medications crossing their borders. The mistake is not disclosing any of this proactively. TSA officers are not hostile. They have a process for every medical situation. But that process goes faster and smoother when you initiate the conversation before the scanner, not after an alarm sounds. Mistake number 1. Not having a single, organized travel document system. The one thing that prevents every other mistake. Ask any senior who travels frequently and stress-free what their secret is. Almost all of them give the same answer. In different words, but the same answer. Everything is in one place before I leave the house. The number one pre-airport mistake is fragmented preparation. Passport in one drawer. Boarding pass printed but left on the printer. Medication list on the phone, but the phone is charging in the bedroom. Travel insurance number in an email. Hotel address in another email. Car rental in a third email. None of it is physically organized. All of it requires a working phone and a working memory to access under stress. The solution is a travel document system, and it takes about 30 minutes to set up before any trip. Get a dedicated travel folder or zip pouch. Before every trip, it contains passport or government ID, boarding pass printout, hotel confirmation with address and phone number, emergency contact card with your name, a date of birth, blood type, allergies, and 2 contact phone numbers, medication list with dosages and prescribing physician contacts, travel insurance card with the 24-hour emergency line and any rental car or transfer confirmations. That folder goes in the front pocket of your carry-on. It never goes in checked luggage. It never goes in a coat pocket that gets removed at security. It stays in the bag you have with you at all times. When everything is in that one folder, you can check in with a dead phone. You can answer any question a customs officer asks. You can hand a foreign emergency room physician everything they need in 30 seconds. You can navigate a cancelled flight rebooking because you have your confirmation numbers in hand. You are not dependent on technology, memory, or luck. This single system, a folder, 30 minutes, done before you leave home, eliminates more travel stress and prevents more airport disasters than any app, any travel gadget, or any airline upgrade ever will. Which of these 9 surprised you? Or which one do you wish you'd known sooner? Tell us in the comments. If you travel with an older parent or someone who could use this information, share this video with them right now. It takes 2 seconds and it might save them a serious headache on their next trip. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe for more practical travel guidance built specifically for senior travelers. Every video, no fluff, just information that actually matters. Safe travels.